So welcome back to the next instalment of the Spooky Journal. So as you can see, I've changed the front cover, or changed the image on the front cover. I've now done myself 4 different ones that I can intertwine. There was that one I think that you've already seen. There's the skull one. I've also got another spooky girl who will fit in there as well, but also a generic kind of scallybob one as well. So there are lots of different ways you can customise that front. You can even put your own photograph in there if you wanted to, or I can put my own photo in there if I want to. So today it's looking at starting to do the signatures and fixing the signatures into the journal. So I've already gone ahead and got all my black cardstock, and I've cut them down to the size of the signature that I want into the journal. It's just plain cardstock, so you really don't want to see me just sat there cutting pieces of black cardstock and folding it down the middle. That's not the most interesting thing to do, but I've done them so that they fit, obviously once they're attached into the spine, so that they will stay within the confines of. So these are about 13 centimeters, which is just over 5 inches, I think, just over 5 inches. So that's going to be the size of my signatures. I do not want to stitch the signatures in just yet, because if I embellish them with all the pockets and everything, or stitch them into the journal, and then try and stick all the pockets into it, it's going to get really, really cumbersome. In here so far, I mean, it's thick cardstock. It's really, really heavy stuff. I've currently only got 5 sheets, if you like. I think there might actually be more than that in that one, because I've been swapping and changing. So I think it's 5 in each. So 1, 2, 3, and you can feel, or you can hear just how thick the cardstock is. It's not flimsy. So that's going to give me, for each signature, I'm going to have 20 sides. So it's going to be about 60. So once you've actually started to put all your pockets and your layers, your journaling spots and all that kind of stuff onto the signature, it's going to be quite bulky. So it will make it really difficult to try and, if you'd stitched it in first to try and then put the pockets in, it gets a bit unwieldy. So what I want to try and do is I'm going to just explain what I've done with the signatures first of all, because I know I'm waffling a bit, I'm going on. But I want to decorate the actual tray that the signatures are going to sit in. Now, this is the way that I've always liked to do my journals. I create a wrap, which I then stitch into, and then that gets stuck and glued into the journal, just like you would do a text block. So that way you've got no unsightly, oh, I have pinstriped the sides, by the way. So you've got no unsightly kind of stitching. It's going to be a bit more clean looking. And that's the way I kind of like it. So, and then that will be like that when you open it. So I wanted to add some pockets first of all onto the tray before I start decorating everything else. So let me just pop everything. I'm going to need that. He says, leaving it in the journal. So let me put that away safe. That can go up there for now. And then I'll show you exactly what I've got. So I've done both sides. So all it is just a black piece of cardstock. The spine is 1 inch. And that's just my pricking guide down the side. This will be stuck in on this side, so you'll never see this. It's obviously been distressed to within 1 inch of its life. That's that cheese and pickle sandwich that I had for lunch, coming back, sorry. And then I've added that beautiful marbled paper that was from the anti-slavery book. So that's there, so it's on both sides. So the signatures will be stitched through here. Like I said, you'll never see that. And we've got that black border all the way around, which is just perfect. It's just the kind of aesthetic that I wanted. So for pockets, obviously they're going to need to be fairly slim. So what I've done is there are 1,001 different ways of doing journal pockets. I did a quick search on the Tinterwebs this morning, and I just put a search in for junk journal pockets. Good grief, there must be 100 different ways to create pockets for junk journals, or for journals, full stop. All kinds of different trifolds, fourfolds, quatrefolds, double folds, envelope pockets, you name it. There must be at least 1,000 different ways of doing it. Circular pockets, folded in, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. I'm just a simple person. So, and I want multiple pockets in one sitting. So on each one of these, I want to put 2 pockets in. And the easiest and simplest engineering solution that I could find is just one piece of card folded. Yeah, in a tick or check mark. That's all it is. So fold it over, you've got that pocket and you've got that pocket. So you've got 2 pockets. Stuck down, you've got that pocket and you've got that pocket. And that's all I really want. But obviously I want to decorate them up. So, I knew I should have brought a ruler over. Because I've taken it over to my other desk, haven't I? I must have 1,001 of these things kicking about. There we go. I've got more than one now. So all I've done is just done it so that it's just a few. I've cut the piece of cassock just so that there are a few millimeters, or about 1/8 of an inch, or even, yeah, about 1/8 of an inch smaller on either side. And then the height doesn't really make any difference. This is just that width, about 7 inches, and then folded at 2.5, and then whatever's left for the 7. So that's all it is. It's just a 7-inch piece of cardstock folded. It doesn't have to be exact. It doesn't have to be the same, as long as it gives you 2 pockets. Do it by eye, have them all different. It's entirely up to you. So what I want to do though is I do want to decorate these so that they do stand out, and I've done 4 already, so there's 1 for each side and the inside as well, because that's what I want. But I want different paper to what's on these. I don't want to match in. It's too matchy. That's not what Halloween's all about. It's all about mix and match. Just ask Frankenstein's monster. So that's what I want to do. You've still got space up here if you wanted to add in a couple of stickers, maybe a little paper doll sat up there somewhere, or even a little space to do some journaling, or even an ex libris thing you can add up there. I probably will put something up there in the long run, but just at the moment I'm concentrating on these 2 little things. So I've got my big stash of old Tim Holtz Halloween papers. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 4 panels. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and then they're going to get stuck in, but they're both going to be exactly the same size. So, and I like this paper, and paper trimmer, if you'd see it, my other Stampin' Up paper trimmer, the one that disappeared, has reappeared out of nowhere. So what did we say? So it wants to be smaller than that. So that's 8.5, or just about 8.5. So I'm going to do the one at 8. And height wise, I think probably 6. So I did do one earlier. Thought I brought it over. No, I didn't. Keeps running backwards and forwards. Right, so let's just do a quick. I know the joys of using black cardstock. 5.5, I think. 5.5 centimeters. That's about 2 inches by about 8. I mean, that's 6. Can we get away with it? So 8. by 5.5. 8 by 5.5. Okay, so let's go 5.5 high, isn't it? So let's do 2 of those just quick. And then just trim that at 8. See, that's perfect for that. And that just wants cut in at 5.5. I'm glad I checked. 8. I'm having one of those days today. Right, so I'm going to do the 2 the same at the bottom. So they're going to go there, they're going to go there. And then we'll grab another piece. Seeing as we've got a nice lighter piece there, let's see what we've got lurking amongst this. Oh, there's another piece of that harlequin there. How convenient. Right, hang on. Must be Tim. Burlappy one. I've got to be careful, you've got to look on both sides. Like that. Like that one. I'm liking these kind of invoice-y kind of things. I might actually do some of my signatures, put panels of old invoices, that kind of stuff. I like that side, but I'm not really keen on that side. Scrappy bits. Kind of like the damask. Insects. Is that big enough to go on there? I might just be able to squeeze an insect piece out of that. I wouldn't mind them being both the same. I think I'm going to go with that damask. Right, so for the top bit, same 8 centimeters, that's inches that side. So again, 5.5 will probably see us done on that. So let's move that out of the way. Oh, the fluffy ones are awake today. Hello. So we said, have I got enough to do both of these? I haven't got enough to do both, and I want to do both. Right, let's go. Let's do that. And then we said 5.5, didn't we? It didn't make any difference. Let's just do 6. Alrighty then. Let me just put these to one side because I'm starting to disappear under a detritus of creativity. Right. Have I just tidied that other piece away? Oh, do you know? It's there, look. Right, let me get myself sorted out. And then I'll be right back. Right. Now I know what I'm doing. And I can actually see my desk. So I'm just going to go around and put distressing, obviously, because you can see it. It's Captain Obvious today, aren't I? So yeah, distressing. For those people who don't know, may have just stumbled upon me. We've been living under a rock. So water-based ink. Okay, so I'll just do this one and then I can clear off and do the rest. So let's do the top bit first. Glue, whichever one you want. I'm just using a spirit based. But you use whatever it is. I must say the same thing every time I use glue. Just you do you. That's what Tim says, Mr. Holtz. Okay. So I'm just doing that with a little bit of a black border all the way around. Perfect. And this one. Okay. And that can sit just nicely in the middle of that one. Look at that, all nice and neat. So what I'll do is I'll go off, do the same thing to the other three, so then when I come back we've got all four ready to go on that tray for those signatures. So now you've seen me do that, let me do those for the batch and then I'll be right back. That and the fact that Mr. Bento wants to go out for a wee, so I'm going to have to stop filming. See you in a little while. I'm back. So I've put the panels on. So all I need to do now for these is just put, I can either use double-sided tape or just a little bead of glue just along there. And I just want to do that on each one because I'm only going to have one side of these glued down. So the pocket will be open at that side. There we go. And I'm just putting something heavy on each one just to weight it down. There we go. So I shall let those sit for a minute or two. I could just put some clip clamps on. Those kind of clip clamps. But this works just as well. So back in a moment. The glue's now stuck for each one of those. So I've just gone to get some stickers. So these are from a collection of stickers that Ian bought me from Temu recently. There was a pack of, I think, 60 little Halloween stickers. They're very cute, but they've all got white outers. So I've just spent a few minutes while they were drying, just going in with the old distress ink, just getting rid of the white around the edge because, you know, don't really like it. But yeah, these are stickers. So now the first time, there we go. Oh, look at that. That's just peeled off beautifully from the back. First time. So bring that into the middle and then stick that down. Do I mind if it's not exactly right? Yeah, I don't really mind. Yeah, it looks like they are slightly vinyl, which means that the distress ink is going to wipe off. But that's okay, don't mind that. Cute. Okay, so this one, I think that one's definitely going to be the Witch's Brew. I think this one needs to be arsenic. I should have used probably the archival ink on these so that it would have stayed, but that's okay. can always go back over again in a minute. Just catch the edges. Dirty them back up again. Dirty sticker. Something just so quick, simple and easy and cheap. It's quite fun sometimes. You don't have to go and spend an absolute blooming fortune. Just trying to think, is that in the middle there? Yeah, does it matter? Not really. Not really. Don't want to, there we go. And the last one. Nightshade. Deadly nightshade. I think with some of these I'm going to use, again, I might employ some of these on some little journaling cards because they are fun. There we go. That'll do. So 2 for the inside, 2 for the outside. So let's grab. So that's going to be, that will be the outside. I think I like that one, which is going to greet you when you first open up. So on this, again, I'm only going to glue down that side and down across the bottom, which means that that corner and that corner will still remain open. So they're not sliding pockets, they'll be open pockets. So again, get the glue. I'm hoping it's not blocked up on me, as is its wont. And this is where your fine applicators come in. So the next job will be the signatures. So that's going to be the biggie, because there's so many of them. But I don't think I'm going to do every single one. I think what I'll do is I will actually stick ordinary paper onto some of the signatures, so that there are quite a few areas where you can actually do some writing and journaling, because like I said before, some junk journals, there's just no space for writing or recording anything. They're just so full of fluff. Try and get that even. And again, it doesn't matter if we've got a little bit of glue coming off, it just rubs away anyway. Okay, so again, just put a bit of weight on those heavy stuff. So I'll come back when they're dry, and then I can do the same thing with these. Actually, you've seen me do those two, so I'll just go ahead and glue these onto the other sides, and then we'll start thinking about what to do up here, about maybe putting in some spaces for writing and journaling up here. Okay, so it's been a few minutes, so they're all stuck down now on both sides. So we're pretty much ready to go with those pockets there. So as you can see, they're now going to be perfect from just little tuck spots just on the inside. Like I said, I haven't decided whether to put any journaling spaces up there yet, or just put some craft cardstock, so that you can write or stick a sticker on or put an ex libris or something like that on there if you want to, or if I want to later on. But because you can just slide in and out, you see, you could also hide things in there if you want to. But I kind of like that. Just that little picture there, them poking over. Or perhaps they should be the first thing that you see when you open everything up. Which is brew. So there we go. So that's my tray pockets. So I'm going to be doing something fairly similar with the pockets on the signatures. But like I said, the signatures, that video is going to take a little bit longer. It'll have to be done in a couple of different stages. So because there are a lot to do, like I said. So onward and upward. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to give the video a thumbs up because it really does help me and the channel. You can share the video with your friends, and also if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. Because if you want to see the rest of this and the journal all finished, you'll have to subscribe, won't you? That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Getting thicker and thicker. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.